What are your principles in life? I just read a book by Ray Dalio called Principles, and he is a financial analyst and very successful entrepreneur. But he wrote this book about the principles that guided him in setting up his businesses and his life. And I really found it fascinating, and I think it applies to our lives. And I wanted to share with you what those principles are. And the words, the language is quite interesting. The first one he talks about is radical truth and transparency. And I think this is an amazing concept of this, not just telling the truth, your truth, but radical truth, knowing what the truth is in a sort of comprehensive way, and a transparency and honesty in the way that you live your life. The second is to embrace reality and deal with it. And this is such a powerful concept. It's not just understanding that there are things in the world that, are really complicated and complex and out of your control, but actually dealing with it, dealing with it and living through it. Being brave. The third principle that he talks about is, in a way, it's very similar, is be a hyper realist. And this is not just looking at the reality of your world and the world around you, whether it's that you don't have any money, you're not financially secure, you don't have a house, you don't have a partner in your life, whatever is going on in your life, to be hyper realist about it. And that gives you an empowerment, that gives you a power to actually make some changes. The next thing is to think for yourself. And I'm older, so I've been through this whole ritual in my life of doing what other people want, thinking what other people want me to think, and now it's for me, I'm able to break free of that. But honestly, think for yourself. Challenge assumptions, challenge things that you don't agree with. The next thing he talks about is having principles for decision making. And this is a really powerful one, because I think when you're making decisions, you think about the present. You think about how that decision will impact you right now. But think about he encourages you to think about the implications for the next step, like second level consequences and third level consequences. It's very, very powerful. The create and foster an idea of mediocrity is meritocracy. Meritocracy, where you actually judge someone on their abilities and their skills and what they do, who they are, rather than their role, rather than the name that's on the door plaque. So that the person needs to be kind and considerate and real, and be based their judgment or the assessment on their qualities and their characteristics rather than their labels. Understanding how economics and markets work is really important, of course, knowing even how the economy works, taking care of your money, having a plan. And then finally, radical open-mindedness. This is powerful. Open-mindedness, not just for the basic things, but in every single aspect of your life. Be open, be generous, be kind.